Hi everyone, this is Aria Craig, your empowerment and leadership strategist for ambitious moms, particularly single, divorced, and blended moms who are ready to rise to that next level of success and elevation in their personal and professional lives. And it is Thursday, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, which means it is time for Ask Aria. And what I normally do is I take your DMs, your emails, your posts, even if you ask me a question in person, what I do is I take those questions and I answer them or give advice through my Ask Aria segment. But today I'm going to talk a little bit more about what I do. I've talked about it a little bit in the past, but I just want to make sure that I bring clarity as to what I do in my profession. So what I am is basically a life coach. I didn't want to call myself that because it's thrown around so much. So many people are life coaches nowadays, and there are actually schools to help you to become a life coach because it is a skill. Life coaches don't really give advice to people, to their clients as to what they should do. They basically listen to what the problem is that their client has, and they enlighten them and equip them with the tools that they need to find opportunities to help solve the issue. So they work with you to help solve the issue by exploring other options. But it's basically up to you what you decide to do as a client, what direction you plan to pursue. We don't do counseling because unless the life coach is a counselor, life coaches do not do counseling because that's not part of what we do. We're not trained licensed therapists. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. But we are there to support you through your journey. Everybody in the world, we all go through conflicts. We go through situations in life that we become unsure. We're not quite certain what direction to go, or we have some type of obstacle that we're trying to overcome, and we need support, not necessarily in advice, because some people can give advice and it can be the wrong advice. It's more or less support in, I need to know and clear my head. I need clarity as to what it is that I'm going through and how do I get out of this situation, or how do I overcome this situation. And that's kind of what life coaches are there to do, to support you. I'm certified in parent coaching, so by me being a parent coach, having been a single mom, and I'm a blended mom, and my husband was divorced, and I actually helped him through some of the issues that he was going through with his children's mother, his ex-wife, with how to navigate through that part of his life, being a divorced parent and now married. Is my target audience, I think, is untapped because a lot of people put single, divorced, and blended moms on the back burner. Unless they have been through that themselves, they kind of don't know how to address those issues, those problems, or those issues that we face are untouched. And a lot of times when you have someone who is a coach that's there to support you with guiding you through the process to find a resolution, if they haven't been through that themselves, you're probably still like, okay, I still don't know what to do, or that really wasn't helpful. So that particular audience is the audience that I focus on, that I'm very good with because I've been there. We don't get a lot of support. We don't get a lot of attention. People don't really help us with our issues. And that's where I come in, because I really help with the three most important aspects of a person's life, is a parent's life, I should say: the parenting, their careers, and their relationships. And when I say careers, I mean whether you have a 9-to-5 job, you're in corporate America or a government sector, or if you want to become an entrepreneur, because I've done both. So I'm able to support people who are really the audience. Even with that audience, is more so I want to elevate myself. I want to be, from a parent perspective, I don't want to be bitter and allowing what I've gone through with the other parent to consume me. Like I talk about my personal experiences all the time. I'm an open book. I put that in my books as an author, the issues that I've gone through with my son's father. So even with those issues and me putting my life out there basically to help, hopefully that you resonate with what I've gone through, I really believe that there are so many things that we can do to overcome those situations, and I feel like sometimes that we are hindering ourselves from being happy because we are allowing issues that we've gone through with the other parent to take control of our lives. Like we just become consumed with that bitterness and that anger that's spilling into other areas of our lives, and we can't really move forward. So I'm there to help with that process, to support with that process, because I want to see us win. I don't want to see that we are hindering ourselves from progressing because we are still bitter and angry. We just can't get over what he's doing or what he's done in the past. I'm going through issues even now with child support. I talk about that all the time. That's in the book. I talk about how my son's father is married to a woman who makes over $200,000 a year, and he is barely paying child support. Like, I've been going through that for years. I talk about strategies and what you can do if you're going through that situation to get the child support. Like, she is supporting him and helping him and advocating. I don't know if I want to say advocating, but at some certain point of time when you know that your spouse is not paying the child support, and you know that child exists. Like, you know that there's a child because you were in the child's life. For my situation, my son's stepmother has been in his life since he was 2, and he's 18. He'll be 19 this year, Lord's will. But when you have a joint bank account and you know that your husband is not paying child support, it's very stressful for me. It's very stressful for me to see, even as a woman, her making all that money and she's allowing him to basically not work or to work and get paid under the table to where he doesn't have to report the income. So to me, that's advocating. Like, you're supporting that person. As a mother, it's hard for me to process that. It's hard for me to process a woman being with a man who intentionally is deceitful with financially supporting his child. But I guess as long as he's doing everything on at home with their 2 children, and when our son is over there, because I don't know if anybody in his family or even on her side of the family knows that there's still the financial issue, the child support issue. I think he believes that whenever our son is in his care, that's the only time that he has to come out of pocket. And I've been fighting that. I've been fighting that for a long time. For people who have money, because right now, if you don't have an attorney in that circumstance, you're going to have to go the long route. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going the long route because I had an attorney that was working with me before, and it was basically continuing the case. Like, every court appearance was a continuance, and I got tired of paying an attorney to do nothing. So right now I'm going the long route, but if you have the money to get it done and you can pay an attorney to get it done, then very much so I am here to help you to ask the questions that need to be asked so that your attorney can put in the work to get the child support that you deserve. From a parenting perspective also, like I said, getting over those hurdles and those emotional boundaries that you're creating for yourself, winning. Like, it's all about winning as a co-parent or as a parent. Like, letting some of that go, because it is a problem when you're allowing that anger and that bitterness to consume you to where you can't move forward in other things. For instance, like if you want to go back to school, your work-life balance, if you want to get promoted. Trust me when I tell you that anger and that bitterness spills over into other relationships, and you may not even see it. It may possibly spill over to your professional life, to where your manager or upper management may not feel that you are equipped to handle certain responsibilities, especially in a leadership position, because you're going to be, or if you're already in a leadership position, in a higher leadership position, because the higher you go, the more your mindset changes from work level functions and monitoring your employees and seeing what they're doing and what they're accomplishing with their desk level procedures or whatever work that they're doing, to what the vision is of the vision and the goals are of the actual company, of the corporation. So your mindset starts to shift, and it becomes more of a corporate initiative. And I talk about that also in my second book of the Single Mother Diaries, how you need to start shifting from a supervisor to an executive position in corporate America. But if you're in a position to where you wanted to go to that next level, you want to lead teams and things of that sort, there are certain things that you have to start shifting your mind and your personality, because certain things are going to come off a certain kind of way, and you're really hindering yourself from showing all the value and the talent and the skills that you can provide to your company and to your department, and how you can be an asset. So I work with clients in helping them to, as single, blended, and divorced mothers, to basically show their managers and upper management, have the right verbiage and the right conversation with their managers and upper management, and how they have what it takes, how they are equipped with the tools that they need to be promoted to that next level. So I also talk about that also in the book. I also have a workbook that I will be putting on my website in a couple of weeks, with kind of helping you with those tools and what you need. A lot of times, managers and senior managers, if they have a project that's due, or a responsibility or a task that's going to take a while, and they need certain people on deck. They need for you to have the time. You allocate the time necessary to finish it, whether it's working overtime, having to stay late, coming in on the weekends, or whatever the case may be. They may not assign that to a person who is a mother, particularly, who, and we could talk about that all day, the difference between a mother and a father. Unless the father is the single parent, a lot of times they don't look at it that way. Corporate America and society looks at the man as being as having those tools, because the woman is more the nurturing, and has to and is the one that's all hands on deck, has to do the cooking and help with the homework. She doesn't have the time to invest. That's how they perceive us. I've been there before. I've been there as a single mom who put in the extra time to show that I had what it took to become a leader in a department, which I wind up doing that, but one company I didn't. I wasn't able to go to that next level, and they hired somebody who actually was looking to be married and had children later, but she was a single woman. Now here it is, I had everything that it took, and actually I knew more than she did, but they wouldn't consider me for that role. So, but when I went to a different company, I did get considered, because I learned how to say the right things. I knew how to present myself and to show that I had everything that it took to go to that next leadership level, and I had the resources in place in case I needed to stay late, put in more hours, and let them know that I am actually an asset to this department. I am valuable, and I have everything that it takes. I help my clients to realize that. It's basically them seeing it for themselves, and then after they see their worthiness for themselves, it's showing everybody else that they are worthy of this promotion, and the steps and the strategies that it takes to get there. So, and with you being a single divorced, well, more so a single divorced mother. So there are clients I have that want to establish their own business. I take you through the tools in the same book, in the same workbook also, volume 2, and the workbook of volume 2. And I do coaching and create strategies on what you can do to build your own business. I'm all about generational wealth. I am all about multiple streams of income, creating passive income, which means that you are getting money, you are getting income while you're sleeping. I am all about that. I help you with the tools that you need to create your own business while you are working. So if you want, some people just want the 9 to 5, they don't want to deal with the hassle and stress of opening their own business, because it is a lot of work. For a long time, you are the only person, or if you have a partner, it's you and that person or people that are coming together to build this business. And you all, unless you have different skills, have a different skill set, a different strength in certain field or a certain area, you need support. You're going to need contractors or whatever to get it off the ground. If you are stronger in marketing and your partner is strong in accounting, that's beautiful. That's great. But if you're by yourself, you're going to be doing everything: IT, marketing, whatever the case may be, unless you hire someone to help you with those processes. But there are some people who say, you know what, I do want a 9 to 5. I mean, I do like my 9 to 5, but I do want a business on the side. I can help you with your side hustle to create that business so that you can be able to have that extra income coming in. And later on, you might decide within a year or two, you might have a long-term goal. I want to transition out of corporate America. I want to use all these skills and these talents that I acquired in corporate America to run my own business. And I will tell you, if that's something that you want to do, you're really serious about transitioning and having and becoming a full-time entrepreneur. If you're working at a 9 to 5, I suggest right now start networking with some people who have the skills, who have the experience and the expertise in the business that you're trying to create in your entrepreneur efforts. So that's also something. And I also have free resources. Like, people are going out here getting business coaches to help them with certain things. Now, business coaches are very good with certain things, with helping you to grow your business. But there are also a lot of free resources. There are free business coaches that are in nonprofit organizations that can help, like the Chicago Urban League, that can help you develop your business from scratch all the way up until you reach a certain level in your in terms of revenue. But then if it's a certain specific field of interest, you may have to get a business coach that is really strong in that particular area to help you monetize on your business efforts. So that's something else that I help my clients with as a single, well, with any mom, but mostly single, divorced, and blended moms. Because for us, we're like, we have so much stuff going on. It's chaotic. We're being stretched here and there. We have hands and everything, and we sometimes, a lot of times, I should say, put ourselves on the back burner and really don't give ourselves the attention that we deserve with what we want and desire. Like, every day that goes by, we are so busy supporting and nurturing and helping someone else, we're not working on us. And that's time that we will never get back. As you know, time is a commodity. So I help you develop the strategy to where you are taking time to build this greatness while you are parenting. And also, relationships. My husband and I have been on radio shows. We've been on panels. I have been on panels. I have been on podcasts to talk about, which is the third volume of the book of the Single Mother Diaries, to talk about relationships as a single or divorced mom. Like, how do you get back into the game? How do you position yourself to where you are attracting the man that you want at a level of success that you're trying to reach? I talk about blended strategies, blended family strategies and dynamics, how to successfully manage or navigate a blended family household. So that's all that I have for now. I want to implore you, the Black Women's Expo is this weekend. If you're in Chicago, come and visit us. I am with Chicago Black Authors Network. We are called C-Band. We will be at booths 830 and 832 this Friday through this Sunday. Come on in, stop by while you are visiting the other vendors. Make sure you stop by booth 830 and 832 of the Black Women's Expo, as well as visit some of the workshops. They have a phenomenal list of workshops going on this entire weekend. So, but come on and stop by our booths. We have a phenomenal group of authors that are here to help you, to service you with whatever it is your readership, whatever it is your interests are in terms of reading. We're here, booths 830 and 832. That's C-Band, Chicago Black Authors Network. In addition to that, check out, if you're on Instagram, go to my Instagram page and follow me on Instagram. Aria.Craig. Check out my featured article in Swag Her magazine. The link is in my bio. Click on my bio and you'll see some of the stuff that I already talked about, but it's a lot of information. Go ahead, check on my bio so you can see how I can further support you and how I am to be of service in a community that I feel so strong about, that I feel is being left out and nobody's even addressing it. Also, the Single Mother Diaries Volume 3. I'm working on the Single Mother Diaries Volume 3. I feel like I can't talk right now because I'm trying to squeeze in so much in a short period of time that I have left. The third one is on finding love. So, and it's not really about you finding love. It's more so about you being positioned for love to find you. But that's the book that everybody's kind of waiting on. So I'm actually doing some research. I will be starting on that book and hope to release it. I was going to release it by Valentine's Day of next year. I think I might release it this year, sometime this year. But that is on the horizon. But if you need a speaker for your event, whether it's a private event, a public event, or a corporate event, please feel free to stop by my website, ariacraig.com. Shoot me an email. DM me if you want, but if you stop by ariacraig.com, there is a meeting scheduler that pops up. Schedule time to meet with me so we can go over what it is that your event is about and how I can support you in speaking at your event. So until next time, I will see you later. This is Aria Craig signing off. Thanks, everyone. Bye.